All right. Hi, guys. So second video of the day here. Let's see if I can get this to play. All right. So again, a little bit of a review topic. Okay. Remember that you do have an assignment to do, but I will try to move quickly here. Okay. So rhythm and movement. Once again, on our principles. Okay. Uh, Rhythm is the principle of art that indicates movement. And usually, how you do this is by repeating elements. Okay. Could be, think about the exquisite corpse you just did. You guys created a sense of rhythm and movement by creating textures, right? How do you create textures? You're repeating dots, you're repeating lines, you're repeating some sort of pattern. And that's supposed to move the viewer's eye throughout your work, keep it interesting. Okay. All right, we're going to skip around just a little bit. Okay, so for example, looking here, let's actually look at the picture on the right. Where is the rhythm in this picture? What's the thing that makes this so interesting? Probably you're thinking, because I can't actually hear you, those stripes in the columns, right? We have these nice arches and the different colors there what make it so interesting. Your eye should be going throughout the columns into the back further and further, okay? It's a sort of rhythm. It keeps your eye moving throughout the piece, okay? Imagine how much more boring this would be if they were all just one color. All right, so we're going to talk 5 different types, and that's it. That's our entire curriculum. So the first type is random. Okay, random is exactly what it sounds like. The motif, by the way, the motif is just a unit of design. Could be a dot, could be a square, could be something more complex. Okay, but the motif is repeated in no apparent order. There's no regular spaces in between them. It is random. Okay, so consider the bowl on the right-hand side here, right? The motif is that tiny little unit of design, those circles. And you can see some of the circles are inlaid more thickly than others. Some are smaller, some are larger. The space in between is totally random. Okay, it's random rhythm. Same thing with the picture here on the left. This is a Jackson Pollock. Okay, it is created, in fact, by throwing paint at a canvas. He did have a little bit of a method to it, but it is essentially random. Okay, regular rhythm. Once again, please write this down so you do not have to watch this video again. Okay, regular rhythm is when you have identical motifs with equal amounts of space in between them. Okay, pretty much the exact opposite of random. Okay, so think skyscraper. Okay, skyscraper is, I mean, architecture is really as regular as it gets, right? Because somebody's actually being paid to make sure that the windows are all the exact same height and the exact same space in between them, right? Okay, so that would be as regular as it gets. Okay, alternating, oh, skip there. Alternating can occur in several different ways. So the first way is you just have a second motif, so a second unit of design that is in the mix. So think like square, circle, okay? The other way to do it is to just literally alter the placement. So maybe you have like 2 circles next to each other with a space, and then you're mixing it up and you're like having the equivalent of 2 spaces with 1 circle. Okay, you can just play with the space as well. Okay, so easy example there on the right, just a basic clip art image. But if you look on the left there, try to figure out why this would be classified as alternating. Maybe start in the middle, work your way down. Do you see the design repeated? Yeah, you do. Okay, every line is repeated in reverse, almost like a mirror image. So it is in fact alternating. We can assume that if this cloth were continued, that we would see every design once again, but of course the artist chose to stop. Okay, the fourth type, almost there guys, is flowing rhythm. Flowing is my favorite. It's very simple. Flowing rhythm is created using repeating wavy lines. Okay. Easy examples, one of the best works ever, Botticelli's The Birth of Venus. You can see those curved lines in her hair, of course. And then anything with water, anytime you see water portrayed, usually the artist is using flowing rhythm because, of course, water flows. It has a natural curve as it's running down its surface, okay? And you can see all the curved lines in here, okay? All right, and last one, but I will say probably the most difficult. Progressive rhythm is when there is a change in the motif, okay, so the design, each time the design is repeated, okay? Write it down. A change in the motif each time the motif is repeated. Okay, so what does that look like? I really like the example on the left here. So if you look at that bird, I want you to follow that bird all the way down, and you'll see that pretty soon it's not a bird, it's a fish. Pretty cool artwork, right? I don't even know how you begin to do something like this, but you can see that the bird just doesn't transform into a fish all of a sudden. It's a very slow change. The bird at the top looks almost identical to the bird that is second from the top. The second from the top looks almost identical to the third from the top, and so on and so forth. So it's just a little change each time. It's a progressive change until you end up with something totally different. Go ahead and look at the picture on the right. See if you can identify where the progressive rhythm is coming in here. If you guessed the legs of the bridge, you would be correct. If you start from the way back here, you can see that little X design, and you can see that it looks pretty similar to each one next to it. Slow changes until it looks totally different. All right, guys, we're actually going to stop there. So go ahead and check for your quick assignment. We will begin drawing tomorrow. Make sure you read everything, okay? I'll try to make it real easy, but you gotta put in the effort. Bye, guys. Stay healthy.